record it here. There we go.
It was on earlier.
You know, they should have been on live. If you don't get all of this webinars because you were not on live, and that's your own problem and your own fault, because I didn't get to record all of it. Haha. But anyway, Dana, I just invented the double Valentine, and I think you should go for that.
Okay. Awesome.
Because what is marketing? Marketing is an excuse to contact a customer or prospect with the hope that they're going to pay you lots of money. Quite often, you're contacting them with something that's not as much money as you want them to pay. But marketing is an excuse for you to contact customers and prospects to come up with something that seems like a plausible reason why you're contacting these people. Hey, it's July 4th and we're having a July 4th special here at Pep Boys. You buy 3 tires and you get the 4th one free. That's just marketing. We need to do better than that. As entrepreneurs, we have to be more clever. We must be more clever. And double Valentine sounds like something to me. Sounds like a good enough excuse for why not. And at the Surprise Date Challenge, we're always looking for more reasons why to have fun with our spouse or partner or lover.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying like after this, after Valentine's Day is over, I can kind of like repitch this with the double Valentine?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that I just made something up, which sounds like it's a reasonable excuse for why you should contact people.
Okay, perfect. No, I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Now in March, don't you have you have your new book coming out in March, or is it already out?
No, we haven't. We have it on hold because we have a literary agent that's interested in it. So we and the other thing I found out is that if we come out with too many too quickly, it could cannibalize our other book, and the other one just came out in November. So
I disagree. I think that all promotion contributes to all sales. What many people find is that when one of their books becomes a bestseller, then others of their books sell more stuff because more people are looking at you.
Yeah. Well, we're giving it like another month. And if things don't pan out with like the literary agent, then it's ready to go to publish the bedroom edition.
You know what I say? I say, fuck the literary agent. They're all scumbags, every one of them. Yeah. They're worthless. They won't do anything for you. They'll just string you along, waste your time hoping nothing's going to come of it. You do you and let them worry about themselves. If they're interested in you, then they'll be interested in you. And if they're not, the fact that your thing is published already doesn't matter.
I do have to tell you, so I think it's, it's hard to quantify like what the news coverage has done. And we've only had 2. So one was in the Kentucky. And we had one person, I knew when it aired because we got somebody in Kentucky that, signed up for our newsletter, which is great. And then in Indy, we got 2, but our book sales were kind of hovering around 300,000 of whatever, 11 million. After the first segment, we were hovering around 100,000. And now we're under 100,000 after that second episode. And we even got down to 35,000, which is pretty good. So increase in, sales. So whether they're signing up for our newsletter or anything, I mean, I'd love more of that, of course, but it's really cool that that has to be where the book sales are impacted, from the news appearances. So that's pretty exciting. So I can't wait to see after the next one airs or the next 3. I still have 3 more aired. And one girl in Buffalo, New York, it's a small station, but she said she'd have me on once a month.
Fantastic. That's great. Those are the kinds of things that can really make a big difference. Like as much as going on Fox LA can make a big difference in your life, becoming a regular recurring guest on any show will make a huge difference in your performances as an expert.
And how I noticed that I went back and looked at like Danny, like, and she had a lot of repeat performances and so is that something that they usually ask you back, or do I need to be proactive and like be pitching like something else like right away to some of these, like to indie style, or how does that work?
In general, it works however it happens.
Mm.
And most of the time, people don't do anything. That's why I say fuck the literary agent, because most of the time they're not going to do anything. You have to push them. If you want anything in this world, if you want anything to happen in your life, in your career, you're the one who has to do it. Right. What do you think of that?
Hey, I've been living that my whole life. I have 2 boys too, so.
I get it. And, you know, I wish that Hollywood fantasy would come true. I wish that people would be discovered and become rich and famous because they get plucked out of obscurity by a talent scout while they're eating an ice cream sundae at Schwab's cafeteria. I wish that that was true, but I don't believe in any of it. Not one word. I don't believe one damn word of any of it. And everything I've gotten is because I fought for it and made it happen. I cannot think of one damn thing that I did not fight for and make happen. And that includes getting on the Today Show, even though they called me out of the blue. That's because I did 32 TV appearances about New Year's resolutions, becoming somebody who specialized in that. That's because I was in their studio a week before, and I must have caught somebody's attention by being there as a coach for someone else who was on the show. Otherwise, I don't know what could have done it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I did get I've had 2 people reach out to me and ask if I would be on their podcast now because they saw what I was posting on Facebook. So.
And what did you say?
Yes, of course.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
People hey, I was gonna fly to Paducah, Kentucky. And I was like figuring out, and the guy goes, "Oh, you're not local," and so he did it. He ended up doing it. He's like, "No, you don't need to fly here. We'll do a Zoom." But I was like, "Yes, I'll fly there."
That's good. I think that is good. That's a good attitude, because you get the most out of these TV appearances when you show up in studio. However, Paducah, Kentucky is not quite worth flying there. I don't even know. It must have been expensive to fly there.
Well, I'd have to go into Nashville, and then it was a 2-hour drive. So, I mean, it probably would have cost me $800, you know, with air, hotel, car to just do an overnight. But he would have done 2 or 3 segments with me. If I flew in, he would have done several to release later, which was nice. So
that would be worth it.
Yeah.
And being in studio is worth it, because, you know, you could shoot all kinds of videos about your trip, about your adventure. This is not just about being on air. It's about any excuse to make a video and put it in front of customers and prospects.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, what is the best one of your clips that you would like us to take a look at?
Well, I probably like the Paducah, Kentucky one better. That was the second one.
Okay, why don't you put the link in the chat?
I don't like watching myself though, but.
That's good. That's part of what we have to do, is we have to watch our videos. And the best way to watch them is on these webinars by uploading them to YouTube first, and then putting the YouTube link in the chat, so that it's nice and easy for me to watch it with everybody and review it.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to be doing with Dr. Kien Vu and Dr. Sheetal. And I'm going to be doing that with both of their Fox Los Angeles clips on this webinar. That's going to be really cool. All right.
I bought 2 microphones that I'm going to test out to try them out. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions. I have 2 different ones I'm going to try out before my interview because I don't like the sound, quality on it. So, something that I'm working out.
Okay, well, we'll see how the audio quality is. Okay, here we go.
Live, we'll visit with Dana Lamb, author of The Surprise Date Challenge. Dana, good to have you aboard today. And first things first, tell us a little bit about the book and how it came to be.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on The Surprise.
Okay.
Dana, good to have you aboard today.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say that you look like a dark chocolate, gold flaked, tasty milk. You look amazing in that, okay?
Okay, thanks.
That's amazing, okay? And I love how you're smiling, and I love your hair, and I love that you're wearing red. You look awesome. But I appreciate that you said that you bought some new microphones because I didn't like what I heard so far, okay?
Well, I just wanted to preface that, and I think my light was too close to my face, so it's a little shiny. So
No.
that's okay.
You look fantastic. Yes.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
like, oh, I need a little powder. No, I'll have my hair done tomorrow. So I'm getting it done at 7:45. So I'll be ready.
And I love the sultry bedroom eyes. Like, Jesus, what the hell is going on there? I love it. Whatever it is. Let's continue.
The book and how it came to be.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on The Surprise Date.
Okay. Now, if they don't, here's the thing, it's nice that you said, thanks for having me on, but only do that if they say, thanks for coming on the show. And then you'll say, hey, it's great to be with you. And blah, 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 blah. Okay. Don't waste time. I know that every person who goes on the Laura Ingraham show kisses her ass and says, thanks so much for having me on, Laura. And I hate it every single time they do it.
I knew you were going to comment on that, so I'll be aware of it.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay, let's continue.
Challenge was created about 3 years ago, and it was something that my life partner.
Okay, now what microphone are you using on this interview?
Just my laptop.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. On here, it sounds when I'm listening to it through the recording, I mean, it doesn't sound that bad like when I listen to it live. But
What do you mean?
well, it sounds more muffled, like when you're playing it back on your machine than it is on mine. I don't know why that is, but maybe because
I don't know. I just don't like the audio quality. What kind of computer are you using?
a Dell.
You might want to get a 16-inch MacBook Pro. It has a much better microphone.
Well, I have a new microphone, so that I'm going to try.
What kind of microphone do you have?
Well, I ordered 2. Hold on. I ordered 2. I got this one. It's a Siren. It's a Siren Mini Razor. I looked at reviews. Okay. And then I have another one. I'm just trying to figure out, because I don't want to have it in front of me. I have another one that has like a stand so I can prop it up behind my, laptop. So I'm going to do a test with Marty and have him record it and play it back, and we'll see which one is better.
Because
did you have an air conditioner on? There's a background noise of the bass.
Did you have an air conditioner on? We want to know.
Nope. No.
Okay, I don't know what happened with this audio, but the most important thing in video is audio.
Right. And you know what I think it could have been too, is this was his first time doing a Zoom, and he was in an office in like this little room, and then they put him on the green screen. So he like redid it. It was really interesting how they did it. So it could have been background or air conditioning on his end, because it wasn't on my end. I make sure that everything is turned off.
Is the other video better sound than this?
I don't know. They're kind of okay. I mean,
Okay, well, let's continue.
I practiced together, planning one surprise date a month for each other every month. And we knew how much it enhanced our relationship, and in meeting other couples.
I got to tell you, you look so hot that your bad sound is forgiven. Okay.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad I got that going for me.
It's like you're almost a different person on this video. Do you know that?
Well, I mean, when I'm in the moment, that's what I was trying to tell you. Like when you were trying to get me to act or do something, it's very hard for me to do that. This isn't acting. This is who I am. And I'm passionate about what I do and our business and helping save relationships. And so I'm on point, I think.
Well, okay, let's continue.
We knew that this was something that could help them as well. And then last year, 2020, with the lockdowns and the pandemic, we wrote the Surprise Date Challenge Home Edition.
I don't know what it sounds like, but I don't care because I'm not even listening to anything you're saying.
Because we knew that families and couples would need this to help get them through with some creative things to do at home.
I believe we're starting to hear more about couples who are struggling with their relationships, possibly due to busy schedules, kids, hectic lifestyle, and the COVID-19 pandemic has not helped that at all. So you think this book can help couples start to rekindle that spark they once had?
Oh, yes, for sure. And that's what we have found even before this past year, is that couples put so much time and attention into finding the love, right, on Match.com or swiping left or swiping right. And this is really about life after the swipe. What do you do then? How do you keep your relationship fun and alive and pay attention to it? And a lot of couples, you get married, you have a few kids, life is busy with work, and our relationships get put on the back burner. And what I'm going to do is remind people that this is your most important relationship, and you really should put it, it's really important to make it a priority because it's the foundation for everything.
So let's talk about some of the ideas you have in the book and some easy ways to get this spark reignited and nurture that relationship without going out and breaking the bank. Give us some of those ideas.
Sure, I would be happy to do that. One of the ideas that we have is a candle making class at home. So keeping the flames of love burning, so to speak.
All right, now look, what was the title of your segment? Hey, one more thing. Dave, could I ask you, Dave Nisani, if you would turn off your video? Because it's just very distracting. Thank you. All right. What is the title of your segment, Dana?
5 home date ideas to set your Valentine on fire.
Okay, look. Now, can I please get a little quiet? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay over there or not? Okay. All right. So if they're not going to cooperate with the structure of your segment, then you need to stress the structure of your segment because structure is your friend. Write that on a whole page.
Okay.
Structure is your friend. So he goes, how about let's listen to what he says and what you could have said to help this segment have more structure and be more user-friendly.
It's the foundation for everything.
So let's talk about some of the ideas you have in the book and some easy ways to get this spark reignited and nurture that relationship without going out and breaking the bank. Give us some of those ideas.
Okay, great. Now you should say at this point, hey, I've got 5 fun. What is it?
5 home date ideas to set your Valentine on fire.
5 fun. No,
Okay.
What is the exact headline? That's the words that gets you booked.
I mean, in my pitch. Yes.
Yeah. What are the exact words?
5 fun at-home date ideas to set your Valentine on fire.
Great. That's what you should be saying right here. Because just the way that hooked the producer into booking you, that's what's going to hook the audience into watching.
I'm glad we're talking about this because the first interview that I had, like she completely, I mean, it completely threw me off because she was talking about all kinds of different things. And so this time, at least he started talking about different things and I was prepared for that, but I didn't realize. So this is very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. What you're trying to do is talk about what you want to talk about. Why? Because why? Because that's the best chance you have of looking and sounding good, is to do your prepared material. Now, unfortunately, these producers are not experts in your topic. They're far from it. They're not even qualified to ask you decent questions. And a lot of the times they won't ask you decent questions, which is why you're the one who has to lead the segment by the way you talk about your segment and your questions. So they say, hey, what are some of the ways that people could have a better Valentine's? You go, well, I've got five fun date ideas at home for everyone's Valentine's or whatever it is to set your Valentine on fire. And the first one is blah, 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 blah. And then the second fun home date idea to set your Valentine on fire is blah, 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 blah. And then the third one is, and I know you're thinking, well, should I allow them time or space to insert some stupid, inane comments into my nice presentation? No, you don't have to. Their job is to professionally interrupt you. And if they are unable to do that job, if you just do your presentation and steamroll through the whole thing politely without being a bull in a china shop, but nonetheless making all your points and not giving them any room to interject, that's their problem.
Okay.
And I know it's kind of a fine line. You don't want to be rude. You don't want to not be invited back. I get it. But believe me, their job is to be good at interrupting you, and they know how to do their job. They don't need you to do their job for them. So you just worry about you talking about the things you want to talk, maintaining the structure that you set in, and let them worry about doing their job. Okay?
And what do you do? Because the first interview, yeah, I felt like I was completely off because she kept like kind of interrupting and talking over me. And I was like, oh, yeah, it kind of caught me off guard because that's the first time. I mean, that wasn't my first interview, but that's the first time I've ever had that happen. What do you do when that happens?
Well, that's the first time you've ever had it happen, and you had prepared material that you wanted to talk about, rather than just reacting to whatever they were saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what do? You do your best to answer the questions with your prepared material, whatever they may say.
Okay.
It really makes me want to look at that video and see what happened there too. So anyway, let's continue with this one.
Okay.
This is good.
Sure, I would be happy to do that. One of the ideas that we have is
Okay, now look, that's essentially what you said, but you didn't say it was structure. You said,
Right.
sure, I'll be happy to do that. Well, you could have said, yeah, hey, I've got five great home-based date ideas to set your Valentine on fire. The first one is blah, 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 blah. And then the second one is blah, 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 blah. Let's continue.
candle making class at home. So keeping the flames of love burning, so to speak. We have partnered with a company called Candle
You look so good in this video. It's ridiculous.
Chemistry, and I have a little set here that you can have this shipped to your house, and they offer 20% off, which is great. And you can create 2 candles.
All right, now that was too lit. I couldn't really tell what it was because the light was.
Okay. The light, yeah.
Okay. Now, how does that set come? Does it come in a box?
Yeah, when they ship, I don't know. I went and picked it up at their store, but that is one of our date ideas in our book, and they do they ship it, so it would come in a box. Yes.
Does it come in an attractive retail box with a picture of what it's going to be, or is it like a brown box?
I only have a bag because that's what they gave me, because they're a local store here, and they're one of our partners, so I went and picked it up from them. So I don't know what it looks like when it's delivered.
All right, well, look, you may need to hold that prop instead of in front of you like this.
Okay.
You may need to hold that prop over here on the side.
Oh, okay.
Be a better model.
Okay.
Okay. You think Vanna White had an easy job. No, she just made it look easy. See, let's continue.
No,
to keep that romance burning. You can also purchase things very inexpensively online and various resources. Just to do something a little different where you're making your own fragrances. And then every time you light the candle, I think it's a reminder that you created something like that together. Another idea would be to create a cooking class. So one of the ideas is create a cookie. So
Okay, look, this is very important. You just said another idea.
Mhm.
Okay, it should be the
I do
second
never-
idea, right?
Yeah.
Second idea.
Yep.
Or the second fun home-based date to set your Valentine on fire is to take a cooking class.
After this is done, do you want to watch the 90 Day with me?
What's the 90 day?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was somebody else, right? Okay. Depends what the 90 day is, Laura. Let's continue.
I have this little cookie cutter that's a heart shape. You can do unicorns and have a little cookie competition if you'd like to see who decorates their cookies the best. And then another thing that you can do is hire a private chef to come.
By the way, and the third, you're not on the third, you're just in another
No.
example of
Yes. Giving
of the-
another example.
Okay, great. And when you do these, you should hold up the finger
Fingers.
and
Okay.
not shake them
Third.
like this. Just hold them up here. The third fun home-based date you can do
Okay.
to set your Valentine on fire is, right? And hold the fingers like this, not like this, like some people do. Okay, it's like this. Okay, good. Let's continue. You're so good. Oh my God, I'm gonna make you a superstar.
Into your home to cook for you and for Valentine's Day or any other day, which that would not be on actually a budget, but if you're splurging, that would be a great benefit. The other thing you can do is get a cookbook and pick a recipe in there and just cook something new that you've never done together before. So that would be another thing on a budget. A cocktail tasting class at home. And I do have a bottle of tequila here. So if you're not familiar, you would want to get something. There are tasting kits that you can find online to get small samples.
Hey, I thought this was a tequila tasting. Why did you call it a cocktail tasting?
I don't know. I was kind of freaked out that I was going to mess up and talk about George Clooney because I talked to my attorney and she was like, oh my God, be careful what you say and blah, 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 blah about that. So I think I kind of just panicked.
Yeah, you should not be talking to your attorney about your marketing. Okay? Really?
Okay. Well, yeah. We were actually at a social event and she was there and I was just asking her kind of in general about some things.
Yeah, be careful of who you ask. There's all kinds of friends and family who mean well, who know nothing. If
Well,
I
she's
tell
an-
you,
She's an IP attorney.
I don't care. If I tell you to do something, you should do it.
Okay.
If you want to
Yes, sir.
be, if you want to be rich and famous.
I do. Yes.
Okay, well, just do what Clint says.
Okay. I will.
Okay.
I'll be better.
Fuck everybody else. I mean, you've mentioned the two worst of all time. If there's anyone I care less about involving in a person's career or celebrity ascension, it would be literary agents and attorneys, okay? Those are the worst, the absolute dregs of the entire game. The only people worse than that are well-meaning family members who tell you not to do what Clint says, okay?
Of various cocktails and things to take. And the great thing about that is just you want to have a little bit, not too much. And then when you pick your favorite one, you can create a cocktail with it, whether it's tequila or whiskey, anything like that, something different to do at home. And there is company.
Okay, now hey, I'm sorry. I really can't have crosstalk. It's really hard. If you don't want to watch, that's fine. You don't have to stay and watch. If you want to talk, you can go somewhere else. Okay, thanks a lot. All right, now let's talk about the background of your Zoom, which is terrible. Okay, that picture behind you, I don't know what it is, but it's got to go. If you want to have anything behind you, like, it should be there purposefully. It should be there
I have my
consciously.
book there.
I see your book there, but I can't really tell what it is except that it says the word date.
Mhm.
Now, if you want to have your book behind you, which I think is a good idea, what I think is better for you is to get a green screen and create a background that you can use as a green screen, full screen image behind you with your date book as if it's gigantic behind you on a shelf or nicely displayed or however you want to do it.
Okay.
Okay? It's good that you're getting this handled right now because you got to have this ready for when you get the big opportunities. Okay? All right, let's continue. Okay, Ali says that your hair would not show up well on a green screen, and you might be better off getting some kind of a background canvas image behind you,
Yeah.
a giant canvas with your book. Okay?
Yeah, I do have a hard time, and like with those the green screen things behind me, they look I kind of disappear sometimes and it looks weird. So I've been trying to figure out I just don't have a lot of space right now. So it's something I'm
Okay.
working
All right, here's what you could do. You get rid of the giant picture. What's on
Okay.
what's on the left side of the screen? What is that?
on. The left side of the screen is actually I can show you. It's actually a kimono.
Okay, that should move out of the way. Okay. And what you do is you get gigantic blow ups. Like you go to Kinko's, FedEx
Uh-huh.
Kinko's, and you get like 24 by 36 or 18 by 24, much bigger versions of your book cover, and stand them up on those stands as if they're giant books standing behind you. That'll
Okay.
at least, okay, that's a cheap way to get something decent going on behind you. You want to eliminate all of the distraction.
Okay.
18 by 24, and what was the other dimension?
You need to get one that's like 18 by 24 or 24 by 36. I think 18 by 24 should be good enough. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
The box, and it's kind of an adult, a toy box for adults. It's very, very tasteful, and there's a lot of fun things in there. And those start at about $39. They have a subscription service where you can order a one-off, and it has a lot of different fun things. Or you can create your own. I actually found at Target this little box.
Light on there doesn't look good.
Things in there, little massagers. You get some massage oil, and there's a little, massager that you can rub on your body. You can kind of found this really inexpensive little mask, so you could put some dress up items in there. Hence the fantasy box.
Dana, it looks like the bottom line here is to be able to.
All right, great. You're so gorgeous. Like a month from now, and when you're doing these all the time, it's going to be worth it because they're going to respond to your beauty. They are. And the first thing you need to pull out of that fantasy box is the mask, and not just hold it in front of your face. You need to tie it on. You need to have it already tied so you can just slip it on nice and easy. Now you've got that sexy mask on. Now you can be rubbing that thing on your arm over here.
Okay.
Okay. I told you to get that mask on, right? I told you put the blindfold on or put the mask on, whatever. Let's see you doing dress up.
Here's something, Clint, though, that you don't have to deal with as a man is like I have fake eyelashes on and makeup on. So that's why I got that mask, because it has the holes so it doesn't, go over. So I just have to be careful because that would not be good if I put the mask on and my eyelashes come off and are sticking to my face or something.
Well, make sure that doesn't happen. You have to rehearse with your props to make sure that you're able to use the props the way Clint wants you to do it without screwing up all your other stuff that you got going on that nobody knows about.
Okay.
Yeah, all those girl tricks that Clint falls for every time, including this one. Yes. What about your teeth? Why do they look so amazing?
My teeth?
Yeah, on this video, look at them.
I think it's just my light. I have like a ring light.
Man, your teeth look so great. Good.
Lighting is everything.
Some quality yet fun time together to help nurture that relationship. So tell us, how can our viewers get a copy of your book, The Surprise Date Challenge?
Oh, our book is available on our website, surprisedatechallenge.com.
I know what happened with this audio. What they did was they got the audio recorded onto a computer. They played the video off the computer and recorded the sound like onto some kind of a recording device in the studio, and then used that as the audio. Yeah, they're look, as you go on to bigger and bigger places, you'll get better and better technical quality.
And we have a lot of other data ideas on our blog as well that people can find inspiration if they're looking for something to do for Valentine's Day or all year round. And we're also available at all major retailers, so Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can find the Surprise Date Challenge competition there.
She is Dana Lamb, author of The Surprise Date Challenge, offering some ways on how you can reignite and spark your relationship without breaking the bank. Great ideas just in time for Valentine's Day, which, by the way, is less than 2 weeks away. Dana, thank you for your visit. Here's wishing you a happy Valentine's Day. And we thank you for watching. We'll have more midday coming.
Yay, very good.
Well, this was, just so you know, this was his first Zoom interview he had done.
Yeah, that would look like his first Zoom interview. But, that's okay. You did great. What was your biggest takeaway from this whole thing, Dana?
My biggest takeaway is, like I said earlier, that every time I do it, I know I'm going to get a little bit better. And I hate watching. It's very challenging to watch myself, but I feel confident. I have to. I know I have to watch it because I need to know where I need to improve.
You have to watch these things. I think you did great, and I think it looked good. You cannot do anything about their technical incompetence. You just have to work your way up to bigger shows. That's all it comes down to. Okay. All right. I want you to have more clips next time. I got to go on to Dr. Ken Vu and Dr. Sheetal, and I hope you stick around and watch what it looks like to be on one of the biggest shows in America, Good Day LA. Hey, I see Dr. Ken Vu is unmuted. Can you come on video also, Dr. Ken Vu?
You got it. Let me go into the light.
Oh, stay away from the lights. There you go.
There I am.
So tell us about these multiple Fox Los Angeles appearances. What the hell's going on there?
Well, I got the first one. I believe it was pretty shortly after our time in Vegas. Yeah, it was shortly out. I think it was like the week after, like the Monday after I got the first one. And we were just doing other content, so never had a chance to share. And then the other one, she reached out probably a couple weeks ago. They needed somebody to do something on COVID, and so they just reached out and to see if I was available. And turns out I was, or I made some time to jump on, and so I was on a second time.
Good. It's very smart to just say yes when they call. Yeah, just say yes. Whatever she says, just keep saying yes. Cool. Do you have video clips on YouTube that we can see?
Yes, I already put in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, Ken Vu.
Since coronavirus became such a big part of our lives, it is a question in the room, doesn't it? We've learned a whole lot about it, but this is a virus scientists will be studying for years. So we probably don't know as much about it as we think we do. Even though the vaccines are reason to be hopeful, a lot of us are still looking for simple answers about the best ways we can stay safe amid these surges. Dr. Ken Vu joins us. You know his face. He's an assistant clinical professor of health science at UCLA College of Medical Center. He's also a performance and longevity expert. And Dr. Vu, you're a friend of the show. We appreciate you lending your medical expertise to us today. Are you ready to go? I'm going to
Now, this is the first time you were on?
The second time.
Second time. Okay, great. All right. And this was January 8th.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Right, let's go. Well, maybe not so rapid because I'm not so rapid today. How often should I wash my mask?
Okay, great. First of all, I love how you have your like slick scrubs with your name gigantic over the pocket. And what's that little symbol underneath your name?
It's just it's just the V. Oh wait, that little symbol under my name. The one
Yeah,
under my name is unfortunately just the scrub symbol. It's
Okay,
the scrub manufacturer. Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. It looks like I don't know. It looks like it could be your logo or whatever.
Right.
I don't really care. I love your name gigantic like that. That looks really good. Let's continue.
It's very important to wash your mask after every use. I want people to know that you can either wash it by hand or machine wash it. Don't be afraid of throwing into the laundry machine with the rest of your clothes. Wash it with regular detergent and also in the warmest setting the material can handle.
Somebody told me that you should feel like underwear. Will I be more protected if I wear two masks? Maybe even a cloth one with a surgical one?
Well, in theory, you might be more protected, and it's all about the barrier. The barrier. The better the barrier, the better the protection. However, if you have two masks on, it's possible that you might fill the mask along breathe. You might touch other things and be more tempted to touch your face. That's not good. Also, two additional layers can make it harder to breathe. So I recommend people just wear one mask that's a multi-layer.
Right, and just leave it alone. That would
I want to compliment you on your good hand gestures, and I saw you reach in front of the microphone to gesture in front of the microphone, between the microphone and the camera. That was very nice, and I love that you're smiling while she's talking and you're listening. That's good.
all day, right? We all do that. I mean, I make that move all the time, the nose move. Okay, let's talk about the whole issue of if you come in contact with somebody, which seems more and more, it feels like it's closing in on us, right? More and more in our circle of people that are contracting the virus. If I was around someone who contracted COVID, how long should I quarantine for?
Okay, so the LA County Public Health recommends that if you come in contact with somebody who's infected, if you're coming into LA County, or if you've been in a gathering where people wear social distancing or wearing masks, you quarantine yourself for 10 days.
Okay, and that means stay at home, stay isolated, correct?
Yes, that means stay at home. Yes.
Right, because we didn't have to like really make it, because people think, well, I'm just pulling my own a little bit. No, shut yourself in, honey. Okay, now what about if someone in your home, your spouse, your kiddos, somebody contracts the virus?
By the way, talk about your hair in this segment.
Styled by my woman.
Yeah, I like it. I like how it's like
Great.
and spiky. I like
Mhm.
that. Good.
Okay, great.
I best protect myself while I'm also trying to care for them.
Very good question, Michaela. This is the only time or only extensions you should have for distancing from your immediate family. It's important. People should be quarantining themselves in their own rooms. And then the amount of time you are in the communal areas, such as the bathrooms and living rooms and things like that. And remember, physical distancing is not social distancing, so you can still use FaceTime on your phones to communicate with your family members.
And I suppose if you have a house that has multiple floors or it has a second bathroom, dedicate that bathroom for the person that's ill and everybody else stay in the other part of the house.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, okay, here's one I really need to break down with you because we've seen anecdotally, we've seen a few people talking about the fact that wearing a mask is dangerous to our health. We've had samples.
Hey, listen, Ken, you've got to be smiling the whole time she's talking, especially if she go on a long rant, you know? Like she wants to go on long rants and like be all real and common and like, you know, your girlfriend, she wants to do that and she's going to do that. And you need to be smiling that whole time while you're listening. Very important.
Got it.
people, protesters that are saying that they believe that it dangerously depletes our intake of oxygen. Doc, go ahead and dispel this myth.
Masks are super important. Everybody should be wearing their masks. So in general, masks are super safe for everyone. Now, there are actually minor things that masks will cause. For example, there is something called mask tape. That's a big breakout in your lower lips, in your face area. That's masks that are not clean, if you've got an allergic reaction to the material, or if things are like bacteria or fungi are growing in your mask. So it's really important to have a clean mask. If you're reacting to it, maybe try a different material. Now, there are very small studies that demonstrate that people that have underlying lung conditions, if they're wearing just the N95 mask, they can build up carbon dioxide levels in their body. So if you've got an underlying lung condition, you should talk to your doctor about which mask to wear. But they're super safe and they're protecting against the spread of the
And
virus.
by the way, doctor, if you have an underlying lung condition, you should probably stay at home and not going out in the public because you are at a higher risk of contracting coronavirus and getting very ill from it, are you not?
Yes, if you have any underlying condition, if you or somebody at risk, elderly, or if you've got a chronic disease, it's best for you to stay indoors and stay at home.
Can we do a revisit on this conversation of you answering questions for us, maybe when the rollout of the vaccine comes around? Because I know people are going to have lots of questions about the vaccine. We're still at early, we're in like phase 1A of it. When it gets rolled out a little bit more, we can do that. Sound good?
I was happy to chat with you, Michaela.
I love chatting with you, Dr. Boogie. You take care. Thank you for your hard work. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Okay. For more information, you can check out Dr. Boo by checking out his book. It's called Chronic State, or his website, kenwoo.com. Still come right here.
Well, I think that went very well. She obviously likes you and respects you, and you're a friend of the show. So, do you have her email address?
I do not have her email address just yet. Michelle just contacts me, or she'll have one of her co-producers contact me.
Yeah, you should be sending them reminders. Like, now that the vaccine is out, Michaela wanted me to come on the show again to talk about fast questions like she did the last time.
Yeah.
Michaela said on air last time that she wanted me to come back to talk about questions people had since the vaccine got rolled out. You got to make that happen because they got millions coming on. They're more than happy to put you back on the show, Ken Vu. They, that's one less idea they have to figure out. That's one less guest they've got to track down who's going to be difficult or new or different, right?
Right.
So, by all means, hit Michelle up and tell her exactly what I said, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, question.
Can we see a thought of being a regular segment, like coin a term, have a name for what he does?
Well, look, this is Fox Los Angeles. The question is, can you start becoming a regular guest? You're a friend of the show. In essence, you are a regular guest as much as it seems relevant. Now, anytime she's saying, we want to have you back on when this happens, then you need to remind them that that's what she said, because she is Napoleon here. Okay? She's Mussolini. Whatever she says is what she gets. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't be waiting around for somebody to remember that she said she wants it. Okay?
Got it. Yeah.
All right, good. What's your big takeaway from these two appearances on Fox LA?
The biggest takeaway is to actually be a friend, a neighbor to the show, because when they reached out the second time, I moved things around to let it happen, so they really feel like you're a part of the team. So I think that really does wonders in terms of setting the relationship, so and makes it easy for them to give you another call.
Is he leveraging keywords?
Good. All right.
Is he leveraging keywords for his YouTube channel and her name and correlating possible searches?
Well, let's take a look here. Dr. V on Good Day LA. COVID-19 questions answered. I think that the title of this video should be Dr. Kien Vu on Good Day LA, Fox Los Angeles.
Okay.
Okay. COVID-19 questions answered. That's good. You may actually, because she's somebody, Michaela, what's her last name? Michaela, do you know?
Herrera, I think.
You might want to call this Michaela Camarera or whatever her last name is, interviews Dr. Kien Vu on Good Day LA, Fox Los Angeles.
Got it.
COVID-19 questions.
Or maybe point a new phrase, ask questions to the doc, or something like that, and every thread has that, those keywords.
Well, I don't know. I think that'd be good.
Got it.
Good. I like how you have the questions in the description. What you're missing in the description is you should have your website, http://www.kienvu.com. Okay. Okay. I thought you got drv.tv.
Yeah, I did it, but I never forwarded it. And we're actually going to do a rebranding, so that might be something that's going to end up being the the main site or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well,
Cool.
I would send an email to Michelle tonight, because in case you haven't noticed, the vaccine's been out for a while.
Right.
What do you think about the vaccine? I'm just curious.
I took it. I don't necessarily think that I would have gotten any bad result. In fact, during the coronavirus time, I haven't gotten sick at all. But I do believe it is one of medicine's pretty good wonders. So I took it. I just had a newborn. She's like 10 days old now. We had some time in the ICU and whatnot. So I have some people at home that I'd like to protect. So I took the vaccine for them.
Which one did you take?
I took the Pfizer vaccine.
Okay, cool. So is that a 1-shot vaccine or a 2-shot?
They're all 2 shots, and both the Pfizer and Moderna both have roughly the same efficacy rate, which is anywhere from 90 to 95%.
Okay, great. Yeah, send Michelle the email tonight. Hey, Michaela wanted me to come back on to answer questions rapid fire like last time about vaccine. And by the way, I myself have taken the vaccine.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to protect my newborn, my 10-day-old baby and her mom.
That's good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good. All right, very good. I'll give this video a thumbs up. Congratulations. Keep up the great work. Don't be a stranger. I know it's tough when you get to be so famous, but great job, man. Thank you very much. All right. Let's go on to Dr. Sheetal.
Yay!
How about that? There she is. Look at you.
Hello. Can you see me? I'm on my phone.
I
don't
can
know if you can see me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. How are you guys?
You say you don't have the video of you. Have you Googled it?
Yeah, it should be on the internet. It's on foxla.com, but I don't have the YouTube video yet.
Why not?
I did the TV video clips request like late last night, so they haven't sent it to me yet.
All right. I have to struggle here.
I have other clips though. I have the same segment I did on Good Day Chicago like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah? That's good.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Oh, I can.
Hey, sorry, I was just mentioning one of the things you can do if you're waiting on the TV video clips. So some of my smaller clips, you could actually, based on their clip, you could actually record it and snag it off their feed. It's not as good. Yeah, right off their website. I could show people how to do it on Apple. It's Command Shift, whatever it is, but I'll put it on the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to buy it off, off good TV video clips, but it just makes a better quality, especially when you're on a big show like this. But Dr. Sheetal Sapra, that's not you. Is that you?
No. Who is that? I can't even, because I'm on my phone. No, I don't know who that is. Do you want me to share the Chicago clip? Is that easier?
Do you have the link to this one on their website?
Let me Google. I have to Google it too. I'm on my phone. Hold on. It's long. It was like 10 and a half minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Okay, let me look. Give me 1 second, because I sent it to my mom.
Send the link to your mom. Good. So just send
No, no one's been prouder about all this than my mom. I'll put that
Yeah,
out
I'm
there.
sure. I'm sure.
It should be on their homepage. Oh yeah, it is.
It's on their homepage, huh? That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yep, I got it here. I'll send it to you.
All right. So here, what are you doing? What was your topic?
So now I'm trying to go back to this chat. Hold on, sorry.
What was
I
the
never do this on my phone. The topic was on chronic pain and stress, which my book is
Pausing.
also on.
Okay, great. All right, here it is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Take
Now
a
this
quick-
was not really rehearsed, because like Michelle told me a million times, she's like, we are bringing you on as an expert. We don't want you to, it's not rehearsed, no memorized things, don't, she wanted it
Look.
to be a conversation.
I get it. This host likes to be like he's your girlfriend talking to you, and
Yep.
and Michelle and many other producers will say to you, hey, look, I know Clint has you practice your lines and your responses, and I know you've got all this stuff, but I just want you to have a conversation with the host like your girlfriends, right?
Yeah, she said, treat her like she's my patient. She was like, basically, we're bringing you on for our expert segment on pain.
Great.
So, talk to her like she's your patient.
Fantastic. That sounds great. And then hopefully you used a lot of the rehearsed material that you
I did.
on so diligently. Good. All right, let's take a look.
It may have to do with your stress levels. A study done last year showed that 8 out of 10 people were feeling more stressed out than usual. I know I'm not alone, which in 2020 only makes sense. Dr. Sheetal Sapra explores the link between pain and stress. She's got a new book, Break the Chronic.
Okay, now that right there, you should take a screenshot of that image and
Okay.
blow it up and print it on a canvas print,
Okay.
at 24 by 36, and hang
Okay.
it on the wall in your clinic. See?
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Oh, you mean with it saying Fox LA and the picture of the book? Okay. Cool. People emailed me on my business website. A lot of people watch this show because I was getting like emails and Instagram messages and stuff. Yeah, I was surprised. But yeah, it was cool. It was nice.
Yeah. You take a screenshot that like goes from here all the way down to here, maybe. Okay. And blow that up and print it on a canvas and hang it on the wall. That's
Okay.
very good. Okay.
Okay.
And hopefully it'll soon be replaced by something even bigger. There's not a lot bigger than this, but that's a great image for your book,
Yeah.
right? That's a
Definitely.
lot of credibility for a new book like that.
Yeah.
Pain.
Definitely.
By the way, she is double board certified in anesthesia and pain management, so she knows what she's talking about. Dr. DeCaria,
Oh man, look how great you look.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, the hot pink shirt, the big teeth, nice hair that's not distracting. It's just nice and easy. White lab coat. I would like to see your name in red stitched on your chest, on your lab coat.
It's on there. It's
covering
on there, but
it.
my hair's covering it.
So, if you could at least bring that hair, over, like tighten it up and bring it into the
Okay.
center so we can see your name.
Okay.
I don't like that whole one side front, one side back. I find that lopsided and
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
symmetrical. It's got to be symmetrical. You know, I really wouldn't mind if you tied your hair into a loose ponytail to get
Okay.
it out of the goddamn way. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's continue.
Thank you so much for being here, so many of us. And you probably see an increase in it, right? Patients that are coming to you saying, I don't know why. It can't just be age. What have I done? Have I hurt myself somehow sitting at home in isolation?
Yes, absolutely. There's definitely been an increase and an increase in stress that I've seen in my practice.
Okay, so what I want to do, folks at home, we're going to give you a little quiz. No stress, no stress. You're by yourself, so nobody can see. We're going to do a quiz.
Okay, and what kind of computer are you using here, Dr. Kienbu? I'm sorry, Dr. Shizo. What kind of computer are you using?
I have a Dell also. I know, sorry.
Oh, man. You hear how bad the sound is, right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm using an external mic, so I'm using the Blue Yeti mic. I have headphones in, and I have an external camera, so it's actually all not really like the Dell internal system.
Okay, you have the white Apple ear pods. Is that what you have?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think you should try just doing those because those seem to be very standard fare for TV guests on Zoom.
Okay.
They
Okay.
use an external mic. They use the mic on the Bluetooth headphones.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try that.
Try that next time because I don't like your
Okay.
sound. Let's continue.
Okay.
5 questions, right, Dr. DeCaria? And I want you to hold up a finger for every answer you answered yes to. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay, hit us with the first question, Dr. DeCaria.
Okay. Do you suffer from headaches, neck pain, back pain, TMJ syndrome, bladder pain, or pelvic pain? The second question is, have you ever been diagnosed with depression or post-traumatic stress disorder?
Okay, stop. So, do you know what it is? It sounds like you're in a room that has like wood floors and brick walls. Is that the
Yes,
case?
my whole house is not brick walls, but my whole house is hardwood. Literally
Okay.
the entire house.
Okay. What you need is you need some kind of dampening on the sound. That's what the problem is. You're in a room
Yeah, that's what I think it is too.
that's very echoey. Now,
Yeah, I think it's that too.
what you need to do is you need to get, can you put a rug, a big area rug underneath your desk and chair?
I need to get a rug because what my husband and I did is we put like all these not mattresses, comforters around me. And we did like towels and I tried to cover the whole floor with like something, but it still sounded like that because we were testing it out with my daughter. And we just kept hearing the echo and there was like nothing I could do other than maybe we're thinking next time I'll move into our basement because we have one carpeted room down there and I'll just set up the background and everything down there.
Okay, that's a good idea. And there's also desk sound proofing. Let's see what we come up with for that. Now, you see this thing right here?
Uh-huh.
This is something that you could put your
Oh my God, how much is that?
That is 6,000 pesos, which would be about $300.
Oh, you're in Mexico. Okay.
This thing alone is 3,599 pesos.
Yeah.
That would be $150. But that
Okay,
one,
that I can do it.
that looks pretty professional right there. See the
Yeah.
metal on the outside,
Yeah.
the soundproofing. That looks pretty good. See that?
That's great. Yeah, I like that. Thank you.
I would get one of those.
Okay.
That might save you from having to relocate to the basement.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's continue.
How big is that, Clint? I'm sorry.
Your childhood, did you go through any really severe?
How big it is, I don't really know. All I know is that it's designed to work on a desk. It makes your desk into a little sound studio.
So it doesn't need anything on the top. It's enough to kill the echo.
I don't know. I mean, you got to put it into practice and see how it works for you. But I don't think they'd be selling them if they didn't do something good. You know, like I always say, if you don't have a high quality product, you should not be and you won't be in business for very long. Having a high quality product is a basic baseline assumption of being in business. You have to have a high quality product. If you don't, you won't be in business. So if they're selling that thing and it's made out of metal and it's got that thick padding all around it, it must do something pretty good, or else I don't think I would know about it. I don't know anyone who has one, okay? But I've been aware of this product for a long time, and it looks like it would work to me. So I recommend somebody try it and give us a report. 3,100 pesos is only $165, okay?
Yeah. I don't need it. I'm fortunate enough to not be in a room that echoes, so that's good.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. Let's continue.
Emotional trauma. Maybe it was the death of a parent or some form of abuse. The fourth one is think about how you are day to day. Are you someone who feels always stressed out, always worried about something? And then the last question is think back to when your pain started. What was going on in the weeks or months leading up to it? Did you go through a stressful life event? Maybe you moved.
Hey, my dog injured her knee and my shoulder has been killing me ever since.
Just like sympathy pains?
Did your pain start after a traumatic life event, such as the death of a loved one or a divorce? My dog had to have a knee operation and she's in the veterinary hospital, and my shoulder, ever since I heard about it, my shoulder's been killing me.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like men, women are in labor and their husbands feel pain. It's like a real thing.
All right, let's continue.
Mine did not.
I know there's a lot of stress right now for a lot of other reasons, but just think back to what was happening in the days to weeks leading up to your pain starting. Okay, Dr. Antaria.
You are so freaking adorable. Jesus.
Thanks. I do get serious at one point here, but you have to know why, because she's talking about like some crazy stuff in the news.
Hey, I gotta say this. Now, I
smiling.
haven't seen you a lot, and maybe that's why they cut away from you, but I haven't noticed you blinking a lot.
I'm trying to hold my eyes open longer.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, I'm trying.
For those of you who are unaware, Dr. Sheetal has a blinking issue.
It's dry eyes. It's like a medical condition.
Is that what it is? You have dry eyes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then when you go on TV, you need to be hitting yourself with Visine or whatever you need.
did. I bought like 2 different. Yeah, that's what I've been doing is before going on is using my drops.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Love it. Let's continue. Let's go into the remaining 7 minutes of this.
I know it's so long. Sorry.
30. Like I'd say 2.5 for me. So what does that tell you as a clinician? Yeah, so 1, yes, and there may be a tie, but you don't really need to worry as much. When you get to 2, there is probably a link between your chronic stress and pain, but 3 or more yeses, and there's definitely a tie between your stress levels and your chronic pain.
I shouldn't have opened my mouth. You're still super adorable, but now everyone sees what we're talking about. You really got to get this handle, baby.
Yeah, I just can't. My eyes are super dry. I don't know how to not blink.
Bionic eyes. Let's continue.
But what that means is that you really need to be addressing that underlying stress, because otherwise it's going to be nearly impossible to eliminate your chronic pain. Let me get some tips for people, because she does. We're not just going to leave you sitting there in pain, honey. We're going to get to that in a second. But can you help us understand what it is in sort of layman's terms, that pain, that stress, how it can cause pain in our bodies? Absolutely.
Okay, now what's interesting is that you seem to blink a lot less while you're listening than when you're talking or thinking.
Yeah, it's probably also when I'm thinking of what to say.
Yeah.
But again, this was not like a rehearsed thing, so it was a little bit, thinking on the fly.
But that's breaking up this theory of yours that you have dry eyes and dry eyes are the problem. It's not dry eyes are the problem. It's that you blink and close your eyes while you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is your own weird habit that you've created for yourself.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know how to.
Allie thinks she has a solution. What is it, Allie?
Oh yeah, what is it?
When I was in Miami, we had a lot of the major anchors that had leaking issues as well. But when they were talking, they had worse leaking issues than when they were reading the teleprompter. The reason is you read the teleprompter, your eyes are shifting just enough that it stops your blinking. Blinking is also a reflex. So just try, and you can't look 6
I can't hear her.
Okay, so what she's saying is that there were anchors who had this same issue at the station where she was working in news. And what they found was that when they were reading the teleprompter, they were not blinking as much as when they were just thinking.
Okay.
And motion of the eye was enough to distract the eye from blinking. Now,
okay.
Okay, now the inherent danger of this solution is that if you're constantly, see, I'm doing it right now. You ready? If you're
Like shifting.
constantly looking around the screen, you're going to look a little shifty-eyed.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's not good. So
Right.
you experiment with this and see if maybe you could just go like this. Like do I look shifty-eyed here?
No, but your head's moving a little bit.
Okay, well, that's because I'm learning how to do this. I mean, look, you need to learn a compensation strategy to overcome this because you have a tremendously bright future and you need to handle this issue.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay? I did the best that I could. Let's continue.
So, when we think about stress, when we face a stressor, for example, maybe an attack, you go into that fight or flight mode, that elevates cortisol, that sympathetic nervous system. What it does is tenses up your muscles, shifts blood away from your GI tract to your brain and your muscles, and you can face that attack. But what's supposed to happen is that stressor is supposed to pass, and your body is supposed to return back to a relaxed state. The issues that we see with our
I'm sorry, can I have some quiet?
Because stress is a part of life. The problem is when it becomes chronic stress and you're not returning back to that relaxed state. That's when you start seeing depression of the immune system. You start seeing chronic low grades of inflammation, and that's tied to a lot of health issues, not just pain, but also heart disease, diabetes. So that's when we really see the health problems, is when your body's ability to regulate out of that state gets impaired.
That actually is really revelatory, because I think a lot of times people think it's mind over matter, right? If I just tell myself it's not a big deal, I can just kind of think my way through it. But your body's feeling things that your brain might not even be aware of.
Right, exactly. And as a result of all those hormones and chemicals that are being activated during that stress response, and you need to kind of develop better pathways to activate your resting system, and you have to do that.
Okay, I like your hands. You need to see your hands in the screen and make sure that they're visible enough. They need to be a little higher than they are.
Higher. Okay.
Okay. But you're still lucky you got those great big beautiful white teeth. It really helps you a lot.
You're active, otherwise it's going to be very hard to return out of that state.
Let's just give people some grace here. We're all feeling it, right? All of us. There's been a lot in this last year. There's been a lot in the last decade. When you think of the increase in school shootings and the social justice issues and the killing of Black men by law enforcement incidences. I mean,
I'm purposely not smiling because we're talking about.
Let's start some healing, right? Let's not just leave people in that activated state. You've got tips to heal your brain pain.
Look, you say you're purposely not smiling, but I say there's a way to smile with a compassionate smile, which is okay.
I didn't know how to do that, and it was such a sensitive topic that I was kind of like, I better just not smile.
I get it. And I respect that. I really do. However, you need to think about that beggar on the side of the highway who says, if nothing else, can you give me a smile? And that's the smile you give when she's talking about social justice and blah, 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 whatever woke topic she wants to talk about. And you don't feel like, happiness is appropriate. Okay? Okay, let's continue.
I like that you actually call it that, brain pain.
Yeah, because that's actually where our pain starts. It's if you think about, in your finger and the pain receptors must be in the finger, but it's actually the brain, the way the brain is processing pain to you. And that's why it's so different from one person to the next. And, there's really easy things you can start to do now from home to help that.
Let me ask you this. Are you wearing false eyelashes?
No.
Okay, there goes that theory. Let's continue.
I would definitely not do that, because then I would just be continuously blinking.
Let me just say, Is there some secret to the long eyelash look that you have? What are you doing to your eyelashes that they're so long?
Oh, I wear like 2 different mascaras. Maybe that's irritating my eyes, but
Maybe
I
that
guess it's
is.
something yeah.
Okay, I mean, it looks like you have long eyelashes in the first place.
Yeah, they're not short, but they definitely look better with mascara on them.
Hey, why don't you turn your camera sideways so I get a better view of you? Okay, great. Now, talk through this talking point straight into the camera so I can see you talk. Go ahead.
For what I'm doing on the video now?
Yeah, talk to us like a doctor right now.
Okay, so the first thing I recommend is volunteering. Service has been shown to actually make you live longer, stress less, and suffer less pain. In fact, studies show that even something as simple as an act of kindness can help kind of reset your brain pathways so that you're feeling better throughout the day.
Okay, I'm not sure if you need more, like, do you need more rehearsal on that talking point? Is that what it is? Because the second half of that little bit was better than the first when it comes to eye blink. It was less blinking in the second half than the first. And
Maybe. But I have to go back to that as the first clip I did that was on my Launchpad clip and see if I blinked less, because that one I knew probably the best of anything I've done.
Well, look,
but I think I did it then too.
I
don't
think that a lot of your blinking comes when you're thinking. When
Yeah,
you're
I
thinking,
agree.
you're blinking. So we need to get rid of the thinking. I don't need to think about what I'm going to say. I just talk from my innate knowledge and experience, and whatever I say is going to be right.
Yeah.
And you need to be thinking less about what you're saying and just talking more
Just talking.
from your true place of expertise. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Now, if that's going to mean, in order for you to do that, you need to rehearse another 100 times to get the lines perfect so that you can say them without having to think about them, because they become more of your true knowledge base, then that's what
Right.
you need.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard with these ones where they make it just like they don't go on. It's not like following the segment flow.
Totally understand. But
You know?
the point of all this is that they're going to ask you questions. And what I've done is I've given you a body of knowledge that's been put into good soundbite pieces for you to use while you're on any talk. And
Right.
the more TV time you do, the more you're going to have a bigger body of good stuff to say on
Right.
TV that you won't have to think about.
Right.
I would say, let's have you wearing maybe 1 mascara instead of 2, and
Okay.
and rehearsing more in advance so that you don't have to think so much. Okay?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yep.
Okay, good. Let's continue.
And experience less pain. And we just saw a great segment on the LA Food Bank, who I'm sure is looking for volunteers. There's also those virtual volunteer opportunities you mentioned, or even simpler than that, pick up the phone and check on an elderly neighbor. Even these random acts of kindness can do a lot to just light up those positive emotional centers in your brain.
Write letters to seniors in seniors' homes. There's lots of, and you can go online and Google, ways to volunteer.
Look at this freaking Michaela host. Look at that chick. Can you believe she's the host of a freaking Los Angeles TV show? Unfreaking believable. She's wearing like shitty jeans. She's got a big belly. Unbelievable. Just goes to show you, it's about personality. It's not about, Oprah, it's about who's got personality and charisma and confidence more than anything. It's about confidence. She has a show. She's the boss of this damn show. She clawed her way in there. I don't know what she did to get that job, but they're shooting her the way she should be shot for her audience. Maybe part of this is the fact that the audience today is so overweight and they want to see overweight people in powerful positions. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But if I hear any goddamn person tell me they need to lose 20 pounds before they go on TV, I'm showing them Dr. Sheetal Dakaria on Fox Los Angeles being interviewed by this host. Let's continue. Thank you.
Truly, you make a very good point. There's something it does. It stirs a sense of purpose and a sense of I don't know, gratitude. And gratitude is actually the next tip you have, because if we can focus on what we're grateful for, that helps our brain, does it not?
It does. Studies have actually shown a 23% decrease in cortisol, that stress hormone, with simply just practicing gratitude. And it's free and it takes less than a minute. You can just wake up in the morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for, maybe the roof over your head, the food on the table, your loved ones that are still with you, and just write them down. Changing your mindset to be more grateful for your day is going to just change the entire outlook of your
Someone
day.
gave you a tip of doing a gratitude journal where you can write 2 or 3.
That was a very nice piece, Sheetal. And I love how you go right back into Allie's reflexive smile reset while you're listening. So important, so well done. You're doing so great. I mean, to be able to pull off a 10-minute segment with this powerful host, you're doing amazing. Let's continue.
Thank you.
Put things down every day that you're grateful for. It's really a great practice. That old ruse of movement and exercise. Get the body moving. We know there's a connection.
There is, and it's the same kind of thing with lighting up those positive emotional pathways. So right now it's really easy. We are indoors, but there's ways to get active without even needing expensive gym equipment. You can just watch a yoga video, start moving, take a walk outside. I really like a 15 or 20 minute walk outside, connect with nature, to just kind of bring yourself back down from that stress level into your resting state.
Getting outside in that fresh air and the sun in your face and smelling the earth and the air through a mask, but it really does help. Speaking of smelling and lungs, breathing exercises are super important. Some people may not get to the point of meditation, but you can even just start with breath work, right?
Exactly. So how you breathe is actually a reflection of what you're feeling on the inside, believe it or not. So when you're in that stress.
All right, now I just want to point out for you that you've been agreeing with her when she gives you these softball pitches, right? Never agree with the host, just go straight into the answer. You don't have to say exactly, you just say studies have shown blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's just, of course, everything she says is correct. You were the
gave it to her.
All the questions, so you know, everything she says is going to be right on the money, but we know that. So don't agree with the host, just go into the talking point to advance the conversation, not get stuck, okay, in meaningless confirmation of her expertise. She's not being there to be the expert. You're the expert.
Right. Okay.
Acknowledging her correctness doesn't help you.
Right. You're taking rapid, shallow breaths, and maybe not even realize it. So if you take a moment, pause, and be really mindful about how you're breathing. Take a big, deep belly breath. That in itself can be enough to tell your brain to relax and to turn off that stress response.
And another aspect of the inside of us, a diet. You talk about an anti-inflammatory diet. That seems maybe complex to some. Break down what it means.
Sure. So a really easy concept is that try to eliminate processed and packaged foods and try to eat more fresh fruit and vegetables. It seems easy, but
okay. What words do you want to cut out of that statement?
When I agreed with her?
Sure. You said sure, so. Sure.
Yeah.
So blah, 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 blah. You got to connect, you got to cut out meaningless agreement and segues, like the word so. I want you to say so right now. Go ahead.
So my kid's like screaming in the background.
You got to look stupid when you do it. Go ahead.
So.
All right. I want you to do 10 so's tomorrow to make up for this.
there are studies that have shown people eating even just raw fruit and vegetables are more likely to have less depression, less anxiety, and improved mental health scores. So something as easy as, instead of reaching for the bag of chips at snack time, maybe reach for an apple, put some almond butter on it, just making these little healthy choices, you can actually see a change in as soon as 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes, one suggested going shopping only the perimeter of the grocery store, and that way you get some of those fresh fruits and vegetables and not the processed food. Dr. DeCaria, I would love to check in with you again because this has been super helpful to folks. I know it has been to me. Maria, were you taking notes? I hope she was. She was
fingers up.
She had okay. 4 fingers up. You may need to do a session with Dr. DeCaria. Or, by the way, Maria, so as many of you want to let people know, you can pick up her book, Break the Chronic Pain Cycle. You don't need to live in pain anymore. Thank you so much, Dr. DeCaria. We'll talk to you again soon, I hope.
Wow. Yes, thank you for having me.
Wow.
It's like so painful. It was like 10 minutes long to watch. Very painful.
That's the longest segment we've ever had on Fox LA. That was really good.
Thank you.
You know, like the last time we had somebody do so well on Fox LA was Sharon Wyeth. She was on twice. When did this happen? Just a couple days ago? So,
Yesterday.
So you could go back on probably in a month or so. Have you noticed
Okay.
any impact on your book sales? Is your book out yet?
It's out, yeah. I had a little bump. I had more of a bump on my Good Day Chicago appearance, and I think maybe that's because I'm local here. I don't know. But you know, I did see some, but it wasn't huge, I would say. But both of those have been bigger than any of the other shows I've done for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, you're number 160,000 in the Kindle store. That's pretty good. Number 7 in physician and patient medical procedures, 21 in chronic pain. You know, it's a best-selling book. You know that?
Yeah, it was when I first launched because, you know, I made like 8 bestseller lists for the first week, but that's also because I sent it out to all my email list and everything the first week. So I have all those snapshots that I put on my social media of like, you know, number 1 in chronic pain, number 1 in whatever. But I haven't done much marketing. I've been focusing on doing these TV appearances and then work, you know, in the last couple of weeks.
Well, since it's a Kindle book, you know, you can revise the cover, and at the top of the cover, you can put the number 1 international best-selling, the number 1 international bestseller. You should do that.
Okay.
And I would put your
good.
picture on the, you should put your picture on the cover too. You should definitely put your picture on it. It'll get you more sales.
Yeah, maybe. I hate watching myself on video. I hate my pictures.
Well, get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was nice. I got good, you know, Michelle wrote me that nice email. So I mean, overall, it was really awesome.
Yeah. Read, you have that email? I don't have it in front of me. What did it say?
Yeah, I have it. She said this was, so it was funny because when I got offline, like off Zoom, I was like, oh, I didn't do that great. I wasn't as rehearsed as I wanted to be. And then I checked my email literally 1 minute after I got off, and she wrote, "You were amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you. Nice work. Hope to see you again soon, Michelle."
I think you should put on your website, just in quotes, amazing, 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 Fox Los Angeles.
Okay.
That's a review.
Yeah.
No name. Don't put any names.
No
Just
name. Yeah.
Good Day Los Angeles, right? Good Day LA.
Okay.
Fox TV Los Angeles.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you earned that. That's good. All right. What's your big takeaway from your appearance on Chicago and Los Angeles TV?
I would say like what you say, which is that it's really what you put into it and how much you want it, I think. You know, there was a point where I wasn't hearing back from everyone at the end of last year, and I was just like, this sucks. But then you had your New Year's thing, and I was like, you know what? I made my resolutions that I was going to try to get on Chicago TV. It was actually my number 1 thing I wanted to do. And like a week later, I guess by luck or whatever it is, like I came up with the segment, and I just, you know, got on Chicago, and then I used the Chicago one to get on other segments because I put in the subject line, you know, segment done on Good Day Chicago, and I think that probably got attention of other stations that may not have put me on otherwise.
Why? What other shows have you been on besides Fox LA?
I've done 2 on Sacramento. I sent Allie the email because they also wrote me like an awesome response after that one. And then they put me on like 2 or 3 days later and also wrote me again another really awesome one. And they were like, we want to keep seeing you. And then I got on like one random one in Tennessee. I think that's it so far. And then the LA one.
And then Fox LA.
Fox LA, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, all of these, now you should send it out, as seen on Fox Los Angeles, Good Day LA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Available for Zoom interviews, as seen on Fox LA, Monday.
Right. Yeah,
Good.
totally.
Great. Make it happen, girl. Look, here's what you got to understand is that when I won Dan Kennedy's Info Marketer of the Year, you think when you win the award, that's the end. Wrong. When you win the award, that's the beginning. That's like getting a blowtorch to turn your campfire on. And you have here with Chicago and Los Angeles, you didn't just finish, you just really opened up the possibilities for yourself to break through.
Right.
You really need to start not only going on all the other top 10 shows, you need to be hitting all the New York City producers.
Okay.
Good Day New York. I mean, you've been on Good Day Chicago, Good Day LA. Next is Good Day New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, make that happen. And then there's a bunch of national shows that you need to be on too. And what about Hugo? Has he responded? Have you been on his show yet?
No, I did do a very random segment for Zoltan.
Okay.
Where he contacted me and was like, talk about diabetes. I was like,
that's fine. Okay, great. But, definitely send it to Hugo and get on that one.
Okay. Yeah.
And get on all, you have to, this is not the end of the game. This is the beginning of the big time. Okay? Yeah. Now is when you really have to press it and work harder.
Yeah. I did a bunch of cold calls like before I got on the Chicago one. And it was funny because I did the bottom part of your list and all of them were like, we already have contracts with pain doctors. We already have, I was getting very discouraged. And then I was like, well, I'm local to Chicago. So let me just try, even though I may not be good enough yet, let me just do Chicago because I'm from here. Maybe they'll put me on. And then they did. It's just like shocking. But nice, and that one went well. So it was good, I think, to just like, I didn't wait on that one. I was like, I'm just going to try. And
Okay. Well, try. You should be sending it to the Phoenix one. You should be sending it to Hugo with the national show.
I've sent it to all of them with the Fox Chicago clip, but you think I should just switch it to LA and send it the same thing? And how many emails do I do before it's like, okay, they don't, switch it up and do something else?
3 a week.
3 a week. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was bummed Sybil didn't put me on because she was the one who was pretty enthusiastic at Launchpad, but she hasn't even written back to any of my email. And I sent her a whole bunch of pitches. Like,
here's what your subject line should say. Hey, Sybil, here I am on Fox LA.
Yeah. Okay.
Segment you wanted.
Okay. Okay.
Just say that.
Okay.
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 All right. Good. There's a question. Have you tried tear duct plugs?
I have no idea what that is, but no, I wear contacts, so I don't know how much I can put in there other than my contacts.
So you can have a doctor, because I had that before. They're little tiny plugs. I mean, you have to have an optometrist, but they can actually plug your tear ducts, and they just fall out later on their own, but it'll help so your eyes don't get dried out.
Oh, we'll have to see if it's if it's me thinking or my dry eyes. Then that would probably solve the mystery. Thank you.
I think it's you thinking.
Yeah, probably. That's what my husband says. He says that I do it. I don't do it when I'm talking to the family at home, but he says he sees me do it when I'm like, with neighbors or whatever.
This is why you need to do much more rehearsing, because your blinking is a tell that you're uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You don't do it with your family where you're just being natural. You only do it when you're in unnatural situations. And the key to success on TV is to look natural in situations that are completely unnatural.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a skill I got to learn. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to work on that. Okay.
Yep.
You may need
Okay.
to join Toastmasters so that you get more opportunities to speak in front of groups on your topic. You got to do more talking about, you got to be talking your topic all the time so that you don't have to be thinking about your topic. You just know, I'm not thinking about anything. Maybe that's obvious that I'm not thinking about anything, but I'm not thinking about anything and I don't have to think about anything. I just open my mouth and let my MIPS move, and my MIPS are moving pretty good and I don't care. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I said,
Okay.
yeah, you said MIPS. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for staying late. I appreciate it. This was really great. Hope everybody had as much fun as I did. And until next week, you got to send out the emails. You got to make the calls. You got to smile and dial. Dana, you still have plenty of time to get more appearances this week. Believe it or not, most of these producers, they're not that prepared that they're all booked up with their Valentine's Day stuff. They're probably so far behind that they're not even thinking about Valentine's Day yet because they're a bunch of freaking losers. And you can make a lot of stuff happen this week if you are persistent and just don't take no. Just make it happen, okay? Until next week, everybody, I'm looking forward to seeing you on television. Good night, everybody.